Good morning, my friends. It is the third day of Vacation Bible School, and we're having a great time. And could you believe this weather this morning? What a blessing that has been. Just remember, no men's Bible study today, no prayer meeting this evening. Focused on Bible school, and that's it for today. But join me right now, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, picking up in verse 16, and we are approaching one of the greatest verses in this entire book. Listen to what Paul says. Therefore, from now on, we regard no one according to the flesh. Even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, yet now we know him thus no longer. What's he talking about here? Well, understand something. As Christians, we are no longer in the flesh. All right. Now we have this mortal body. That's a given. But spiritually, we have been transformed. Spiritually, we are now back where we are supposed to be in the image of God. Understand, we're not perfect yet, but we're getting there because we are being transformed by the mercies of God every day, being made more and more like Jesus is the journey that we're on. And he says, but we don't think of each other in that way anymore. We're focused on spiritual things. Why? He says, verse 17, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. That's the reason behind this. When we came to know Christ, we weren't just changed a little bit. It's not about behavior modification, it's not about slight adjustments. We have been totally transformed, made into a new creation, born again. That's the way Jesus put it in John chapter 3. We have been born again, born of the water and of the Spirit. We have been transformed from the inside out. Everything changes when we become Christians. Now, it's not overnight. It's not miraculous. It is miraculous, but it's not miraculously instantaneous. It is the power of God at work in us. Now, I got to tell you, our desires change, our thoughts change, our vocabulary changes. Everything changes because we are supposed to stand out from the world. We are a peculiar people. And Paul says, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Not maybe, not possibly. He is a new creation. Old things have passed away. That sinful nature, that fleshly desire, all of those things are gone. And all things have become new. Our lives are changed for the rest of eternity. Now, look at verse 18. Now, all things are of God, who has reconciled us to himself through Jesus Christ and has given us the ministry of reconciliation. I'm going to pause there for just a minute because I want to back up to that first part. All things are of God. Can you say that about your life? I mean, think about it. Every aspect of your life, can you say that it is of God? Is it godly? Is it because God has moved you in that direction? Because listen to me, as Christians, we have a tendency to revert back to old habits because we're human beings. But every aspect of our lives, everything that we think, everything that we do, the way that we live, is of God. Why? Because he's reconciled us to himself through Jesus Christ. That's the purpose of Christ's death on the cross, to tear down the wall between God and man, to remove the enmity that was there, so that we can now become the sons and daughters of God, the friends of God. And not only have we been reconciled to God through Jesus Christ, he's given us the ministry of reconciliation. Let me ask you this. How can you lead someone else to be reconciled with God when you're still living in the world, when you're still partaking of worldly things, when you still look like the world, sound like the world, act like the world? We have to be changed. We have to be changed by God. We have to make sure that everything is of God so that we can draw others to the love of Christ and show them what it means to be a part of the kingdom. Now, verse 19, that is, that God was in Christ, reconciling the world to himself, not imputing their trespasses to them, and has committed to us the word of reconciliation. That's our job. That's our task. That's our responsibility. The word of reconciliation. How are you achieving that today? Think about that. Be blessed. I'll see you back here tomorrow.